Join the Kiss FM family and help keep the Kiss vibe alive. Hit the membership page at kissfm.com.au.
Tune in to Open Deck with DJ VZ, showcasing the up-and-coming talent Australia has to offer every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Want to be featured on the show? Send in a mix with your bio to opendeck@gmail.com. That's OPENDECK@gmail.com.
kissfm.com.au.
If you've just joined us, welcome. It's a beautiful sunny Thursday in Melbourne, and you're listening to Kiss FM Dance Music Australia. And I'm Miss Gabrielle, the host of this show, which is called Ibiza In September, and it's all about kind of global connectivity and euphoria and love that we all share across the global dance music community. And I have a DJ in the room with me, my guest for today, Gay Roberto. What's this track called, mate?
This is by Alex Alvarez, and it's called Cali. K-A-L-I.
So beautiful. If you're like jumping out of your car and you want to keep listening to Gay Roberto and I having a yarn and he's playing you some beautiful soothing tracks for your soul, you can download the Kiss app, or just go to kissfm.com.au
/live.
Oh yeah, you can catch on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube.
Yeah, we're streaming.
We're in the
Hi,
studio.
cameras,
hey.
where are they?
I don't know.
Oh, I think over there.
Here we are.
Wait, that's not the one, is it? It's just they're everywhere.
We're switching everywhere.
We're surrounded.
Yeah, big brother.
Very much so. So yeah, what were we rapping on about before? We were having quite a nice chat.
I don't know.
Oh, just about being selective about gigs and making sure you're retaining that creative inspiration. I mean, it's good to
knowing your worth.
I think a lot of DJs get caught up in the hustle, and it was Luke Vecchio. You know Luke Vecchio, so he really inspired me. We were very close friends as he was hitting that point, that ceiling of like, now playing for 5 hours at the third day every Friday afternoon to like a post-work city crowd.
Sure.
Because of the hustle, not quite taking a second to realize like, I don't want the money out of this gig. I'm doing it because I'm just caught up in needing to advance my career constantly.
Yeah.
But it's not advancing my career. It's just making me really tired on Saturdays.
Just looking at it strategically, like, is it still fulfilling like, your dreams and your goals? I think that little pause off the circuit gave us all a bit more of a chance to like refresh.
And no one's like forgotten who we are after 9 months of just...
Thankfully, no.
Yeah.
If you have forgotten, well, you're listening to us now, so...
That's right.
All right.
All right, I've got another track lined up. So this one was Cali by Alex Alvarez, and up next we have an Andre Loderman tune called Where Are You Now? But I might cut it off 2/3 of the way through.
Ah, okay.
With another tune.
Ah, yeah.
Sometimes Andre Loderman just kind of takes a bit of a left-hand turn at the end of his songs to like a new chord progression that isn't as classy as the first one. So yeah, but still respect to the man. He's got great music.
That's your prerogative as a DJ.
Yeah, that's right.
So you've got some beautiful clarity in like we were just talking about you being clear on what you want as a DJ, but I believe you're doing a little dabbling, writing your own tracks, doing a bit of producing. Is that how's it going?
I guess with everyone it's the same old story. Like it's such a slow process when you're getting into it, and especially when a lot of us are perfectionists. So I think I pride myself to be a massive perfectionist with music, and so you're never happy with what you got going until sometimes you are. And I've managed to finish like a couple tracks and then fall out and in love with them, and I really wanted to this year kind of double down on that, and I have some tutoring sessions lined up, and my parents are music teachers, so to dive properly into the more music theory side of like writing chord progressions and stuff like that, because that's kind of been my biggest hang up is like, yeah, cool, I've got some chords, but they sound super cheesy,
And so what's your journey been? Like, did you used to play other kinds of music other than DJing previously, like instruments or whatever, or like?
I used to play like play piano, but not to any advanced degree, more
Yeah.
to accompany myself as a singer while I was doing musical theatre as a teenager.
Oh, sweet.
Just so I could kind of practice and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I kind of took that to busking and like playing keyboard on the street and singing with a microphone and a little speaker.
Sweet.
And that was kind of like my job when I was in year 12 and year 11. So
Yeah. Did you make good coin?
I mean, it was good for being 17.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when I started DJing for money, I very much fell out of love with busking. Yeah. So it's kind of like, DJing felt a lot more rewarding at the time because, busking's a tough gig,
Yeah.
I think you've got to have a lot of
There's no
willpower
crowd
and perseverance. Exactly. And 99 out of 100 people don't give a shit,
Yeah.
It's kind of like those people that are doing charities in shopping centres and stuff. Like I did that job for 2 days and it was almost similar. Except you're pouring your heart and soul out when you're busking, But it's good to get back into it.
It's probably good for like preparation for like shit gigs or dickheads at clubs. Like that would just wash off you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But I've got a bit more patient with that lately. It's like understanding,
People are in different places.
Yeah, and a lot of the time they don't mean to be dickheads.
No, for sure.
Like I got this new way to respond to people requesting songs, and this girl came up to me at Revolver the other day and was requesting for me to play her song. And I kind of just said to her, like, you're making me really anxious and question what I'm doing, and I feel like you think I'm doing a bad job and don't like what I'm playing. Like, that's how most people feel when they get requested. And she's like, I didn't know that. We ended up hugging it out. It was great. It was such a good interaction. Anyway, I might transition.
Go for it. You're listening to Gay Roberto in the mix. Mate, tell me more about this production. So you've been feeling like what you were making originally was a little bit cheesy, like you were being perfectionist about it. But what would you like to make? What's your vision?
I guess like with a lot of the tracks I've been playing today, I think the common theme with my selections for a while has been that like slightly dissonant chords that have a musical complexity and ingenuity to them that even like jazz artists will be like, yeah, this is satisfying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think having that background of like having music teacher parents and never really like, taking for granted quite good music growing up that they were playing.
Yeah.
Like, gave me that perspective and that high standard going into dance music.
Yeah.
But then it's like, as much as I can identify these kinds of chords super well, creating them myself is a whole different ballgame. And I've come up with a couple tracks that I'm very happy with. But then,
awesome.
I'm sitting down most of the time, like with the synths and stuff like that, going like, oh yeah, this just sounds like a, just some crappy Nova commercial house track, basically,
And so the ones that you are happy with, like, because I guess the more often you do it, the better that you get at it. But also I think if you are a DJ with like a really fine-tuned ear and then you start at something that's really hard, like production, your expectations are really high and your skill level is still low. So it's like a kind of maybe feels a bit frustrating at first.
Yeah, definitely. My dad gave me some good advice, and it's like with anything music theory related, it's 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. If you're not feeling inspired, just put some more work in. Like watch some more tutorials. I'm looking forward to sitting down with someone in a week from now. Someone I really admire, a local producer, and it's just such a good opportunity. Like someone whose music I play in my sets has offers a tutoring service for Ableton and music production. So yeah, I hope hopefully next time I'm in the studio playing music with you, I can show you one of my own tracks. Yeah.
Yes, please.
One or two. Yeah. So just to back announce that previous track, that was called Shame by Ara Kulfax, who are local producers, quite underrated. They've got some absolute power bangers that have like 3,000 views on YouTube and stuff. So Ara Kulfax, if you like good shit, get into them.
From Melbourne, yeah?
That's right. And currently we have a tune from Matthias Meyer. It's called Uluwatu. So that last one was Collapse Atmos version by Joseph Atworth. He's got a few hidden gems.
Beautiful track. Love it. Thanks, Roberto.
My pleasure.
Just a quick ad break. Don't go anywhere.
Find us on Facebook at Kiss FM Melbourne and on Twitter at Kiss FM Australia.
Ribery.com.au, the premium choice for cost-effective, home-delivered, locally sourced gourmet meals. Located in Abbotsford, Ribery.com.au deliver Melbourne-wide twice a week. Fresh, never frozen, quality chef-created meals to your home. Ribery's real-size meal portions are for busy people who care about what they eat. Presented in special food containers, they are ready for your microwave or oven. Ribery will quickly become your weekly go-to convenient meal choice. Head to ribery.com.au. Use the promo KISS20 to receive a 20% discount and have exquisite flavours and nutrition delivered to your door on either Tuesdays or Fridays anywhere in Melbourne. That's ribery.com.au.
Sky High Mount Dandenong now offers proposal and intimate dining packages featuring a private 4-course dinner held in the spacious upstairs function room. This includes exclusive use of the room with no other guests and offers the best in Melbourne views. Enjoy privacy while selecting your own music soundscape. You can even customise the standard package to make your night extra special. Check skyhighmtdandenong.com.au for details and full menu.
Don't forget, if you're driving around, flick around. Kiss is on 87.6, 87.8 and 87.9. Lock it in.
Join me, Tion J, every Wednesday from 6 p.m. for the Houseworks show as we celebrate the hump of the week in style. Houseworks delivers all of the latest global releases together with celebrating the modern day classics that we all know and love. With regular, local and international special guests showcasing their unique talents, Houseworks will have you looking forward to the weekend before you know it. So, don't forget Houseworks every Wednesday from 6 p.m. live at the home of dance music in Australia, Kiss FM.
KissFM.com.au. Dance Music Australia.
wanna dream this dream once again. I wanna dream this dream once again. Bring it back to me once again. Bring it back to me once again. Bring it back to me once again. Don't be cross with me once again. You can have it once again. You can have it all once again. It's just natural to share once again. It's important that you care once again. Bring it back to me 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 once again. Sometimes it's getting too much. Once again.
Just to quickly say what music's been playing since we had our little ad break. We're listening to, once again, the Henrik version by Henrik Schwartz. And the last track was a song called Tearful by Furry Freaks. Furry Freaks. It's I don't know if furries were a thing when they thought of that DJ name, but I love it.
Please dance with me once again. Please dance with me once again. Please dance with me once again. Dance with me once again. Give me intensity once again. Bring it back to me 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 once again.
Oh yeah.
So sexy. Is this the kind of... So, you listen to Gay Roberto in the mix, everybody, if you just tuned in. Is this the kind of thing that you're envisaging once you're happy with your level of production? It's going to be like that jazzy, classy, deep, sexy kind of euphoric house.
Yeah, this is a good example with the chords. Yeah, I just wish I could sit down on the piano and just like Kerry Chandler, not even think about it, just come out with some just absolute magic.
It'll happen.
Yeah, I like I said before, 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration, as my dad says. Like, you got to put in those hard yards.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I'm sure your dad probably knows more than me, but I still think that 1% is very
100%.
important. It shouldn't feel like a chore, you know what I mean? Like, it's giving birth to something very beautiful and
totally.
It's passion driven. So.
But you know, my dad's like well into his 70s and he spends most of his days in front of Cubase writing music.
Oh wow.
So like, you know, he's got that, he's put in that perspiration, you know, like, he's got to that point.
He definitely has more qualifications to comment than me.
But it's interesting from his perspective. He's like, the one thing I really regret in my 20s is just like trying to fake it till I make it and play bass, but not properly. And then, you know, in my late 20s being like, okay, I think I need to actually learn how to read sheet music now. And he's like, but it was kind of too late, you know? But it's not too late, but you know what I mean? It's like not, he said he really regrets not taking it more seriously earlier, and he wants to pass that on to us. It's like, if you want to take music seriously, then you know, do it soon.
Yeah. And so I think let's talk a little bit about you taking music seriously, like as a career. You've been DJing for a while, and a little while ago rebranded and became Gay Roberto.
That's right.
Now we all know and love. So what? How long were you DJing before that, and what were you? What's your formally known as?
Well, let's quickly transition the tune.
Okay.
And very quickly,
He's
everyone.
so professional. Like eye on all directions.
So this tune's called I don't know what you'd say, Aute, like Haute by Body. And we're just going to quickly transition into something new, and then we're going to chat the Gay Roberto name change. So where were we?
We were talking about you, Gay Roberto.
Oh yeah, so the rebrand.
Yeah. So how long have you been DJing for?
About 5.5 years now.
Yeah.
I picked it up just after high school. I got pretty I think a week after my last exam was my first club gig. I was like playing on my
I'm
iPad.
allowed into the club. I better take over.
It was very, very quick. It was a quick beginning. I think I was just playing the right music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was like playing on my iPad, and then someone heard me at someone's house, and I wasn't even DJing at the time, but they're like, do you want to play at my party? I'm like, I don't know how to DJ. They're like, I'll teach you. It's the same as what you're doing, except instead of swiping, you're twisting. And so they showed me, and I was like, sure, true, he's right, actually. And then I killed it at his party, and he's like, I'll put in a good word for you with Casey Lever. And then the rest is history.
I see.
I was playing as DJ Roberto. Just
Okay,
Roberto.
just Roberto.
Kind of like been my nickname. I'm actually Robert. Roberto's been my nickname since I was a teenager. And
Muy bien, Roberto.
Yeah.
Bienvenido a Ibiza In September.
Muchas gracias, Gabriel.
And so you just whacked on a bit of gay on the front.
Yeah, well, I guess I was being confused.
I'm sure it was more thoughtful than that, but
Yeah.
I like it.
It kind of came from this moment of, it started out as a bit of a joke, because so often people would confuse me as a straight person, or confuse me as someone that's insecure about being gay, trying to hide it from the world and put on a bit of a straight act, whether it's straight people or gay people, or just like, just constantly getting the question, so are you actually gay? I'm just like, do I need to like call myself Gay Roberto or something? And then I'm like, hang on a second. As DJs, the best thing, or any artist, the best thing we could ever hope for from a brand, from a name, is for it to reflect the actual product.
Yeah.
And for me, that gay really reflects the product because it's so smooth and luxurious and sensual and warm.
Yeah.
Luxurious, music to fill all of your orifices, oral pleasure, it just works.
I love it.
And then there's also the added benefit of like,
Nobody asks you if you're gay anymore.
there's that, but I was going to say, if anyone's homophobic, if they're really that far off the beaten track of the right vibe, then they're going to look at that and be like, I'm not going to go and see Gay Roberto. I mean, literally, at the start of the year, I was in the cubicle at Revolver and I overheard someone go, because my name was on the wall, Gay Roberto, 3:30 a.m. I guess we better leave at 3:30 a.m. then. I was pretty shocked. I was like, is that homophobia I hear? And the guy refused to apologize.
Wow.
He ended up getting kicked out and banned.
Nice.
Thank you, Revolver.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if I was never Gay Roberto, that never would have happened, and then we would have had a homophobe lurking about.
Yeah, because you're like clarifying. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it at all. That's fantastic.
Well,
Like,
we're
you
very
kind
lucky in Melbourne that it's such an oppositional value to be homophobic.
Yeah.
But you still weed a few out with that, and
Yeah.
invite the right crowd as well, I think.
Yeah, you set a tone with that name. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's so many benefits. And I also thought of it maybe as like, also, I guess if you look at yourself, I don't know if you see yourself in the future on a kind of international stage, I definitely think that is like a possible projection for you. So having a name that's like so strong like that, and like it's going to be more memorable maybe for people.
Yeah, that was an element of it as well. When I decided to change the name, I'm like, I need something more bold, because I started getting that sense of confidence once I was more comfortable behind the decks, and seeing that there is something that sets me apart from everyone else. I am, you know, not to suck my own dick too much, but I am a kind of, I feel like I am that.
Love yourself first.
Yeah, I feel like I am. They do have that like 1 in 100 kind of DJ set that really people would want to see, and that I would want to see, that sets me apart. And so having a more bold, distinct, memorable name that also reflects what I play,
very bookable.
I think it felt like a very smart tactic. And you know, as at what at first was a joke, like, oh, maybe I should just be Gay Roberto then. My mates and I sat down, we brainstormed, we thought about the pros and cons, and we were like, this is genius. And then 6 months later, I got booked to play at an LGBT festival in Alice Springs.
Wow.
And I feel like that wouldn't have
without
happened.
that kind of like, it wasn't like a friend's thing or whatever. It's just
they just hit me up.
Yeah, that's
emailed me.
Yeah, I think it's got that kind of magic to it.
Yeah, I don't know if that booking would have happened if it weren't for the name change.
And it's still like so authentically you and your sound, and you know, it's not like gimmicky. I love it.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So on tunes, we've got Off Script playing at the moment by Fish Go Deep. It's a nice one.
Yes.
Nice and tough and sexy and soft. And up next, I got a Prince Thomas number. Big fan.
It's a good name, but also like, I guess, where do you see yourself as an artist? Like, is it something that, you know, you want to be seen as a queer artist, you want to play queer parties, or it's just you want to play all parties that have the right vibe, the right energy, the appreciation for this kind of music that is, you know, classy, underground. It's not just like run of the mill.
Yeah, well, I feel like yeah, I know what you mean, like the kind of more mainstream crowds. You know, I enjoy all of it, to be honest, and I think that I kind of made a name for myself and cut my teeth, as they say, in the cis-het scene, I guess.
Yeah.
If you could even call it that at Revolver.
Well, even in Melbourne in general, like, I think it's nice to have a
diverse.
scene that has that. You don't have to say if it's...
But it's kind of the more non-queer scene, I guess.
Yeah.
And, you know... And also Suki Lounge, I played there for years. It's quite suburban, and there's a lovely crowd, especially given where it is. But I always feel like I'm the only queer person there.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is also maybe an element of the Gay Roberto thing, like I was playing at Day Spa for a long time, and sorry, I just love this part of the tune. If you could turn her up for a second. What were we ragging on about?
Got distracted by the best bit of the track.
Yeah.
Day Spa. You were playing at Day Spa.
Right. Yeah, and I remember they did a Mardi Gras party, and I'd been playing there for like 9 months. And, to their credit, like, they do their best. And the fact that they had a Mardi Gras party, it invited a lot of the queers out to come and mingle, and it was quite a queer-dominated space. And even the promoters dressed in drag and got drag queens to do it for them. So it was a very authentic Mardi Gras party for a very straight club.
Yeah.
But they didn't have any gay DJs playing, including me. Like, that was one of the weeks I wasn't playing. And I was just like, do they not even realise that I'm gay? So yeah, it's kind of like
that was pre.
That was pre-Gay Roberto.
Pre-gay,
yeah. And I kind of thought, it could help. It could help kind of identify me as a queer artist. In those non-queer spaces.
As well, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that since then I've kind of made my way into the queer scene much more with Gay Times and with Poof Doof.
Yeah.
And they've been awesome, especially, I got to say, Gay Times is just wonderful. If any queer listeners are here and you haven't heard about Gay Times, it's just the best queer party in Melbourne. Everyone's just so nice and cool. And it's not like too basic or too hipstery. It's that right in between where everyone's just a legend and they don't think it's too cool to be wholesome and nice and kind and generous. And the drag queens are amazing, the DJs are amazing. It's something worth checking out. Next January, though.
It'll be a minute, but that's okay. We can get our outfits ready.
Yeah, and I value the queer spaces as a separate thing. As much as I like playing in both spaces, what I really like about the queer community is I just feel, when I'm around, other gay guys or, lesbians, trans, non-binary people from across the spectrum that, don't fit into the cis-het normal kind of scene, I find that everyone's more themselves. I find I'm more myself. I can be more unapologetically me. I'm not on the back foot, and it's just a very subtle subconscious thing that I'm not even aware of while it's happening, but you just feel so comfortable in those spaces, and I really encourage those spaces to continue to exist as a separate space for queer people.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's fantastic, as like you said, to have predominantly straight venues be making that effort to be inclusive, supportive, like not just straight, for everyone to feel like really welcome and really make an effort not to have anyone like subconsciously or otherwise discriminated against. But it is still important to have identified queer spaces for the community. Like it's a different thing, and both need to exist. So.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And it's definitely something I've discovered more over the years since getting into DJing, because I never found myself punting in those spaces. I was always going to Revolver and stuff, and Brekkie Club and all the South Side, and like the occasional lounge and Mercat and Hugs and Kisses. If I want some good music.
You're just chasing the beat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Chasing the beat and chasing the D4 vibe where everyone's just like, woo! And sometimes, for all of their worth and for how much I love the queer scene, sometimes you do find in these spaces it can be quite a meat market, especially the more male-dominated spaces, I think. But that's where I find Closet Gay Times is an exceptionally strong party. Is that sense of equal representation of the queer community. Like you see a lot of people who are, it's very gender balanced, and there's a lot of people who are, non-binary. There's a lot of trans people, and it feels like that place where everyone is totally free of judgment. Judgment's the last thing on anyone's mind, and so they don't need to be self-conscious. They're happy to express themselves, bring themselves to the table, and then just enjoy the moment they're in. Whereas sometimes in other similar spaces where it's more male-dominated, it feels like people are like, how do I look? Do I look good? Because I hope that people are looking at me so that I can find someone to go home with a little bit. Sometimes. But I do find that, that's across the board, and that can be just as bad in the straight scene. I'm very spoiled with my perspective on the straight scene, very filtered by the guards outside the front of Revolver. Like, I see the best of it with Revolver and the best of the uni crowd on Thursday night. So I'm very, very lucky. Yeah. I can't complain.
All right, I'm going to ask you more questions about that after the break. Did you announce this track? That's a good one.
Oh, I
as well.
didn't, did I? Yeah, this is one of my favourites. It's by Prince Thomas, and it's one of his own remixes of one of his own tracks from one of his albums. He does like 12-inch releases, which are more 10-minute bangers, and then he does albums, which are usually like much, 6-minute tracks that are more like you listen to it when you're on an airplane or something like that, like much more journey, chill, driving stuff that's like not very dancey at all. So this is a remix of one of his album tracks, and it was the titular track from the album Ambitions. So it's called Ambitions 12-inch Mix by Prince Thomas.
Nice.
And it's like 11 minutes long, which we do love.
Intimate is Melbourne's progressive house family, bringing the old and new family of prog together from our hearts to yours. Our next guest on the 24th of April is Jamie Stevens, signed to Bedrock, plus Robbie Lowe from Sydney, who was hand-selected by John Digweed to warm up for him by himself. Get intimate. Local support from Dilbay, plus Kiss FM's Mischief, Jasmine Spears and Leah Marie. This is all happening at 24 Moons in Northcote on the 24th of April. Tickets available via Eventbrite. For more details and tickets, go to intimate.club. That's INTIMET.club. See you on the dance floor.
Melbourne Roadside Rescue are your number one team for roadside assistance, whether it be for a new battery, flat tyre help or general assistance with an unresponsive vehicle. They can even help if you put the wrong fuel in your car or get locked out of your car. Their roadside assist crew's first priority is to get you back on the road, backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee. And best of all, there's no membership fees. Melbourne Roadside Rescue, the ultimate experience in roadside assistance. So when you're up Shit Creek, head to upshipcreek.com.au. That's upship, S-H-I-P, creek.com.au.
Are you swimming in debt and can't seem to break free? Do you keep being told that a refinance just isn't possible? Debtconsolidating.com.au saves Aussie thousands of dollars every year. A quick chat with one of our experts is the first step to get you out of debt. Get a free copy of your credit file and 360 cash flow report with your consult. Interest drains thousands from you. A consultation with us is free. Go to debtconsolidating.com.au.
Gamekeepers, a proud Victorian family-owned meat and game specialist, supplying the best quality meat in the country to Victoria's best restaurants and now direct to your door. Gamekeepers is a one-stop shop, and as they prepare everything in-house, you get the cuts you want. They have their own smokehouse and make their own award-winning charcuterie. Gamekeepers handpick their trusted producers to supply the highest quality meat. Gamekeepersmeat.com.au for outstanding service and superior quality delivered to your restaurant or home.
Discotex Australia is your one-stop shop for all DJs and venues who need to give their equipment some TLC. Discotex specialise in repairs to CDs and media players, mixers, turntables, speakers, power amps and all professional audio equipment. They offer pickup with delivery, available for venues, and electrical test and tagging to keep your gear safe. Call 1-800-4DISCO or visit discotex.com.au. That's discotechs.com.au and give your gear the love it deserves.
Hi, I'm Jason Midrow, host of The Sound Now Show. You can hear me right here on KISS every Thursday night from 7pm till 8:30. The latest and best underground sounds from around the globe, along with interviews from leading DJs and producers. Expect to hear trance, house, hardstyle, techno, and some old school favourites from the base station era. The Sound Now Show can also be heard on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, and catch us on social media pages, Twitter, Instagram, with full show track listings on the KISS FM website. Keep it locked, keep it KISS. Sound Now.
You
you heard the news? Happy Radio Show has a new time slot, 4:30 p.m. Sunday. So get your fix of 6 hours of soul, disco, funk and boogie with all your favourite Sunday shows. Soul Selection, Danceteria, Roll Bounce Radio and now Happy Radio Show. Because everybody in the world knows Kiss is hot.
KissFM.com.au. Dance Music Australia.
nearly 2 hours has gone past already. We're just getting warmed up, I feel like.
Yeah, that's how I feel. At least I got Revolver tonight. I can use all my energy there.
Keep it flowing.
But it's about not chilling out too much after this.
Go hear me keep DJing. You're listening to Gay Roberto in the mix, live on Ibiza In September.
That last tune was called Fixer by Brendan Moella. And the track playing now is by Cassian, which is Sam IRL and Dusky from they're always on that Detroit Swindle label. The song's called Brass Hammer. Why can't I think of that label, man? Heist. What were we having a chat about before?
Look, tech house, queer community, all kinds of stuff.
We were talking about tech house off the air.
Yeah. Sorry.
And,
sorry.
Oh no, that's all right. It was an interesting chat. Just talking about. I was watching this Resident Advisor doco talking about how tech house is kind of something that distinguishes it a little bit from house and deep house is that, you know, there's not really much separation between the more commercial music that's made for those like multi-thousand crowds and the more traditional stuff that's made for clubs by the original artists and the communities that kind of spread out from those original artists, because the original artists of tech house had zero celebrity status, unlike, you know, your Frankie Knuckles and your Kerry Chandlers. Yeah, which is interesting.
And I've always found it really interesting, like the last few years, how people like always kind of slating the words tech house because it's been tarnished with that kind of like really cheap commercial, like, I don't know, stuff. Kind of hard to describe, but yeah, I guess I've been playing music that could be described as tech house since before tech house wasn't cool. I mean, it wasn't cool either. Do you know what I mean? It was just also
before it was cool and before it was not cool.
Yeah, exactly, both. it was just a small thing that some people did.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't you know, I try not to be too pretentious with music, but I think I naturally am a little bit. But I think for me, it's just like a lot of what these kids are playing.
You can blame your parents, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I'll blame them. You know, my dad's like 10 times more pretentious from me, so you can take it up with him, all right? But yeah, like I think that for me, from my perspective as a punter, I just want something that's nice and creative and skillful and has musical ingenuity behind it. And last Friday we had Luke Alessi playing, you know, at Revolver for 2.5 hours, and he blew my mind. It was one of the best sets I've ever seen, period. And it was tech house, but it was just really, really good tech house. You know? But I think that what the hang up that I have about the genre and the way people mostly play it is that it does have that kind of commercial appeal. It's quite easy, it's quite predictable. There's nothing very educational about it, and overall the vibe is just a little bit more like placating the impatient, rather than actually like creating a beautiful atmosphere that people can latch onto and then like kind of get immersed in. It doesn't feel as immersive. It feels like, you know, oh, if I was drunk and didn't like dancing for more than 1 minute, then this would be perfect, you know. And if I was 18 and knew nothing about dance music. And that's the truth behind it. That's kind of what it's become in a way. But there's also a lot there that's really good. And a lot of the artists that are pushing that more festival sound, you know, a lot of them have a back catalogue with amazing stuff as well. And even though I write off this kind of what's at the surface, I think with most genres of music now, like what's at the surface is...
It's not the real...
Yeah.
The real cream.
Yeah. It's the stuff that's like fine-tuned to be as repetitive and like, you know, earwormy as possible, basically.
But I mean, I would call you a multi-genre DJ. Is that fair? Would you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like to think of myself that way, and I have no trouble playing the odd tech house track, you know, as long as the crowd's deserved it.
You gotta earn it with Gay Roberto.
I'm gonna switch another track on quickly. almost at the end.
So we're almost at the end, but let's talk about the future.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about the future.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I just got an email from work yesterday saying that I'm eligible to get a COVID vaccine, so probably vaccinated, which is exciting.
Sounds like you don't have to wait 5 years for that.
No. Hopefully soon. I'll be licking all of the poles. Every button in the elevator, lick. I'm so excited.
Making out with everyone.
Yeah, I'm going to go to town with my tongue. But yeah, in 5 years
and get on some aeroplanes.
Oh yeah, exciting.
So if we throw like a next year or the year after, a bit of a Ibiza in September boat party in Ibiza, you could join us.
I'm down.
All right.
Yeah, sign me up. Whether I'm a punter or a DJ or both, I'll be there licking all of the poles.
All right, we'll get some extra poles put in for you.
Let's listen to this drop quickly. Bit of a vibe today.
So good.
I'm having fun. But yeah, 5 years from now, I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead with DJing, I guess. I'll be pushing 30, which is exciting.
Oh, you're so young.
I'm a spring chicken.
You're a baby.
But yeah, I guess like this year I really want to take producing seriously, really double down on that and start trying to learn from the experts in my life and yeah, I'd love to get to that point where I'm just pumping out music because I'm very inspired in that sense. It's just to get to a point where, I can have that work-life balance and everything with day work as well, and advancing my career to the point where I can maybe ask for a little bit more money when I'm doing headline sets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, the idea is, at least this year, I'll get to a point where I'm in a bit more of a routine with production and feeling a little bit more less out of my depth, I guess. I know that everyone says that feeling of being out of your depth doesn't go away for a while, but I'll put in the hard yards, kind of keep putting into place this work-life balance that I have at the moment. I work in disability now during the week, doing individualised disability support work.
Yeah.
And before COVID, I was working at Woolworths. So I feel like that is definitely more of an automatic, spiritually, more of a yin and yang balance.
More aligned.
Yeah, with rather than balancing out hedonism with stacking shelves at Woolworths.
Yeah.
It's like balancing, this more in the moment, living for the moment lifestyle. With lots of alcohol pouring and lots of, teenagers whooping. Balance that out with some more altruistic work that kind of makes me feel like I've, done something, a little bit more rewarding in that sense. They kind of work in tandem really well, and it's good money to have that individualized thing where it's client based, and I can do 3 shifts a week if I want to, and then do the Thursdays a revolver, take 1 gig on the weekend, and then I've got all of this time off in between where I can just be
time off.
Yeah,
working
exactly.
in the studio.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but yeah, the idea is that
no more movies.
Yeah, and I feel like with these few tunes that I've made, I've done them really quickly.
Yeah.
So I see myself, realistically as the kind of person that would be able to pump out music kind of like Prince Thomas, quite regularly,
nice.
Just try and throw as much at the wall as possible, get on as many different labels and as many different people's ear holes, and yeah, I know it might take a while,
different genres of music, for different times of night, all day.
Someone really worth crediting and giving a shout out to is Roy Blues. He's amazing. He did this track Pyramid about 5 years ago, and then he's put out a couple of albums in the last 2 years, and now he's getting on stage all the time, playing drums and using a synthesizer and everything. So he's very, very talented, but it's to see that this one track can get a release on Les Yeux Orange and get 30,000 views, and then I don't even hear about this guy. I'm like, does he exist? Does he still live in Melbourne? But he's just working, honing in on his craft, getting better and better and better, and then, getting enough tunes in his arsenal to just pump a bunch out at once.
do some albums.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just like trying to be realistic about the journey into production, but I'm pretty satisfied with DJing. But I guess like the goal is and has always been, you know, not to get to that level where I'm just constantly hungover at airports.
No.
But like to get to the level where kind of like your spacey spaces and your boogses, like you're always playing in front of a keen crowd.
Yeah.
Who are really attentive and respect what you're doing enough to have a really, really, really good time.
That reverence, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like I want people to be all filming me like last Friday morning. Like
stop
it's just
filming
more.
all the time.
Oh, Gay Roberto's playing. Everyone get on the D floor. We're gonna have a sick one.
Close your eyes.
Yeah,
if anything.
yeah, exactly.
Be here. Oh, we've only got a couple of minutes left of the show. So wait, there's just one more thing. 5 years you've been doing the Big Thursdays.
Oh yes. Yes,
So-
I'm about to have my 5th anniversary next month.
We're gonna close our eyes on the dance floor and celebrate your longevity.
So it's been it's on the 13th of next month of May, and I'll be doing a 6-hour set at Revolver from 12 till 6, from midnight till 6 a.m.
Obviously, once all those details are confirmed, they're just on the rumor mill at the moment. But you know, when you're your own boss, you can book yourself for 6 hours.
Yeah.
But once that's all organised,
Yeah.
we'll put all the details up on the Kiss FM
Amazing.
website.
Yeah.
If you are a promoter,
And I've been doing the hard yards with the you know, with the closers, the graveyard closers.
yeah, you've earned it.
Giving all the guests the hot seat. I'll take over
yeah,
once.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Everyone who's a regular listener to Ibiza In September, get on down.
Beautiful. Well, it's
we'll
been
say
a pleasure
cheers
coming
to
down.
the last 5 years, but even bigger cheers to the 5 ahead.
Absolutely. I'm very keen for the next 5. Hopefully no more global pandemics.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
We'll
Touch wood.
ease out of this one. So if people want to catch you, they can see you tonight.
Yeah, if they're still up at 3:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
or any Thursday night, very, very late. Always killing it.
And I know you haven't been listening to me that much today, but I will be playing on Monday at the Breakfast Club at Emerson. So come and get it. It's my birthday on Tuesday, so I hope to see you on Monday. Gay Roberto, thank you so much for the beautiful tracks and awesome chat today.
My
on
pleasure.
Ibiza In September.
Thanks
So
for having me. It's been
we're
good to
out of
see you.
time.
Come back into the
too.
studio.
We'll have to do it again soon.
Absolutely.
Take
Enjoy
it
your
easy.
afternoon, everyone.
Bye. See you next Thursday, or hopefully on Monday. Ciao.
Find us on Facebook at Kiss FM Melbourne and on Twitter at Kiss FM Australia.
The Social Bar Chapel Street has a new Thursday night showcasing the latest up-and-coming DJ talent. Start your weekend early and check out a different weekly lineup of 5 new DJs at the Social Bar Open Decks Night. Kicking off at 8 p.m, experience the best in funky house vibes while enjoying the inclusive vibes of the Social Bar Chapel Street. If you're a DJ and want to get involved, hit up Open Deck DJs at thesocialbar.com.au. Plus, standout talent will get the opportunity to grace the Kiss airwaves too. That's the Social Bar Chapel Street Thursday nights from 8 p.m. More info, thesocialbar.com.au.
Flotation therapy is one of the few therapies that nourish the whole being of a person, allowing the